what is it, like 3 inches or something? So it's like this much.
Hey everybody, Main Time here, and I'm going to talk about a few ways Gordon Hayward can be an all-star this year. Now, Gordon Hayward, he is actually one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player, which I have described in a couple other of my videos. But out of Butler, he left as sophomore. He led Butler to the championship game when he was there in 2010 with a guard also on the Jazz named Shelvin Mack. I'm not really too fond of Shelvin Mack, needs to limit those turnovers, but I'm going to get to that in another video. Gordon Hayward is one of the best players in the NBA. I'm truly fond of it, and I feel he was snubbed last season as a member of the Utah Jazz. Gordon has actually been on the Utah Jazz longer than anyone on the roster as of right now. Was drafted when Jerry Sloan was the head coach, but as he retired midway through the season of 2010 and 11, Tyrone Corbin utilized him more towards the end of the year, having a career-high 34 points against the Denver Nuggets in the last game of the year. Now, okay, I was about 14 at the time when I saw that game. I remember watching it live, and then also finding it on YouTube just a couple days later. And, Hayward was my favorite player coming out of college. I followed him his freshman and sophomore year at Butler. When he got to the NBA, he actually joined my favorite team, the Utah Jazz, as you guys know. Little did anybody know, this guy out of Butler, Indiana, had some firepower in the making. He didn't have the greatest rookie year, averaged about 5 points a game the entire season. But this game right here, when he's had 34 points, it kind of gave Jazz fans hope, as in, all right, our draft pick wasn't shit this year. And that's, I like Hayward, and I like the Jazz, but for a while, that's how myself as a Jazz fan was feeling. Just kind of like, oh, great, Hayward, please don't be a bust. Because, before we drafted Gordon Hayward in 2010, we were a playoff team. We were going places. Carlos Boozer, Darren Williams, Mehmet Okur. 2010-11 comes, we have the 9th pick. All right. Nice. A playoff team. We got a nice lottery pick. We should be golden for the next season. Boozer doesn't resign. Mehmet Okur gets injured, and we trade Darren Williams mid-season. Paul Millsap was a very good spot, and we signed Al Jefferson, so we did have some bright spots, and we traded for Devin Harris, which a former All-Star out of the New Jersey Nets and Dallas Mavericks. I'm not going to say it was a bad trade. Okay. I was kind of upset, obviously, losing an All-Star, but Harris did help take us to the playoffs the next season, and we wouldn't be where we are right now with George Hill and Joe Johnson, Primetime Hayward, Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert, Dante Exum. We wouldn't have that shit if it probably wasn't for that trade, that whole draft, actually. We've had some pretty down fucking years, okay, where literally a few years ago it was just Hayward and Favors. It was just those two guys. And Gobert was kind of learning how to play, and Cantor was showing us that being the 3rd pick doesn't mean you're going to be good. There's been some pretty good 3rd overall draft picks. Okay. Carmelo Anthony, Michael Jordan. But Enes Kanter was not one of them. Fuck no. He reminded me of Adam Morrison's 3rd pick. Don't get me wrong, he's doing great in Oklahoma City, but his tenure with the Jazz was very forgettable for me, and I really wish he wasn't part of this organization ever. I'm not going to get into that right now. But if you really want me to, comment below, and I will gladly rip into his ass. You know me pretty well. I'll do it. And I don't give a shit. I'm getting hella sidetracked. I'm sorry. Holy shit. But Hayward, he's got a lot of things, intangibles, that any coach will love. Tyrone Corbin loved him. Quinn Snyder loves him. Jerry Sloan thought he had a huge upside. And Dennis Lindsey, the GM, doing a fantastic job utilizing Hayward's talents. Hayward got a big-time payday, a max deal a couple years ago from the Jazz, and he's done a fantastic job living up to those expectations. He's had a little bit of injuries. We haven't gone to the playoffs since like 2011 and 12, but really, this year, 16 and 17, right? I'm thinking playoffs and a nice playoff picture for us, too. We're not going to be just first-round scrubs, like the Milwaukee Bucks from a couple years ago. Give me a fucking break. Now, as we said, Hayward's a great player, averaging nearly 20 points a game. He's got a 3-point shot. He's very athletic, nice build. He's really worked hard in the weight room every offseason, getting bigger. He's gained about 20 pounds since his rookie season. So what's stopping him from being an all-star? Well, I think it's his lack of consistency, honestly. He's got the size and build like we talked about, the skill especially, the work ethic. I just don't know if he has the instinct or consistency to go in every night and drop about 20 to 30 a game. And I think that's what's stopping him. He's at a great point in his career where he's considered a star. He's considered more than a role player, but he's not taken his step he's not taking his game to the next step, to where he can dominate games night in, night out. Even if it's not on offense, if he has a nice rebounding night, which he did against Chicago, actually. He was 3 for 15, but he did grab 12 boards. He found ways to be effective. He did everything in his power to help win that game against the Bulls. I just don't know why his field goal percentage is so low. I mean, he did break his ring finger on his left hand. Not his right hand, not his shooting hand, but his left hand. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Hopefully he can figure it out. That's what I was talking about, the consistency. He was starting off hot this season. Now he's kind of hitting the shitter. Hayward's not exactly a vocal leader, okay? He's got everything, all the tools to be an all-star in the league for at least a couple seasons. You know, he's not a Carmelo Anthony. He's not a LeBron James, a Dwayne Wade. He's not any of those type of players. He definitely doesn't have the Kobe instinct right here. And actually, you know, one of his problems is he as a considered star player, he has one of the lowest rates of effectiveness on defense. And you know, you're probably thinking, what the hell? I mean, wasn't this guy blocking a lot of shots? Yeah, you're right. He's arguably one of the best, behind probably LeBron James and chase down blocks. He's very good at those. He was especially good early on in his career, and it really started when he blocked the shit out of a Jamal Crawford fast break, and people started waking up like, oh crap, I mean, this guy might have an upside on defense too. But 6'8", the length is crazy. The athleticism is crazy. Watch right here. So he can still do it. He can still get it done. He really can. Definitely still get it done. Here's another example of chase down blocking. Very good at chase down. They're not as emphatic as they have been. I mean, he can sugarcoat that defense. He's got all his career because he's got some really good highlights on chase down blocks. But that's not what I mean in this situation. What I mean, I wish I had clips to pull up and show you what I mean. But in the PNR, the pick and roll, he's kind of a deer in the headlights when it comes to pick and pop and pick and roll, because he's either a step behind the pick and roll or he is stuck just having to put a hand up a couple feet behind on three-point shooters. We've seen it in plenty of occasions. Actually, against the Memphis Grizzlies, it happened with Vince Carter when he just picked and popped and Hayward was a little late and Carter drilled a three. And it was actually a really deep one, but Hayward was a little late. So defense has been kind of a problem lately for Hayward, and I don't know what it is with that. Quinn Snyder is a defensive-minded and team-first type of coach. So I really think as the season continues and Hayward gets healthy, they'll bring it out of Hayward. He'll do just fine on defense. But Hayward just needs to get more consistent. I gotta say, he's flawless on free throw shooting this year. He's only missed like 2 or 3 free throws. Freaking great. Remember, he had 14-some free throws the other day, his first game of the year. You know, Hayward's got an upside. There's no question about it. And I really hope he's an all-star this year, but he's got to put it together. This is the year. If he wants a big payday, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Got to put it together. I love you, Gordon Hayward. You're a great player. You're my favorite player. But if you want to be an all-star, you can't put up numbers like 8 and 12 in an 8-point loss. Got to get it done. This is Main Time. Have a great day.
Throws an elbow, missed the hammer. Canner with the rebound.
What a come from behind block by Hayward.
No look.
And to finish it off.
Hayward from Alec Burks.
Look at this effort.